Is America headed for the next big collapse? What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday. This is January the 23rd, and boy, things were ugly last week. And of course, there is so much ugliness going on in this country that the next big collapse could be around the corner. Of course, we don't predict it, but there are certainly many, many warning signs, okay, that are showing that this economy is in big trouble. And this first up part of the update is brought to you by our friends at Capital Trading Group, CTG for short. And of course, Capital Trading Group is our futures and commodities partner. Now, we have many brokers, full disclosure, but for letter direction trading, for the trade my accounts, for their brand new product, we're in combination with Day Trader's Dream. There is nothing like CTG. And I want you to check them out at info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And in the meantime, we've got major things happening. We've got the Biden administration celebrating 1 year. Okay, did you send them a card? Okay, because this has been by far the worst president in my lifetime. Okay. But hey, it is what it is. We have to hope. We have to hope for better. We have to hope that we can withstand, okay, because this has been absolutely brutal. And I'll cover more of that in my commentary. But you've got now, with the markets getting slaughtered, you're starting to see some of these big banks make some dramatic calls. And again, is it for real? The big banks, you never know if they are calling accurately, or are they calling based on their position or the position they want to create after you react to what they say. So I would never take anything away, because whatever they said, whatever they're planning, they've already got it priced in, and they're looking for the late reaction from the retail investors. And I would just simply say to you that if you trade the news, you're going to lose. So I would ignore trading any news like that. Okay. Bond yields, we're getting closer and closer. The Fed is now, I guess, talking about rate hikes versus going to do them. Now, the Fed funds rate does price in about 4 rate hikes this year. So, listen, they're going to have to hike rates, because there is nothing that's going to defeat this inflation or stagflation, which we're very close to, okay, unless they reopen up the fracking and the shale, okay? Because as long as we're dependent on the criminals from Saudi Arabia, okay, Russia, and China, okay, we are going to be hurting for certain, okay, and prices are going to continue to skyrocket, no matter what the ignorant numbers say, because I can tell you this, based on inflation numbers, whatever number they give you, just multiply it by 3. And oil is soaring once again. And I would not be surprised at all to see an all-time new high in oil. Okay. Because although we're still $60 away, and I don't usually make those type of calls, but the ignorance of this energy policy is only going to drive prices higher. So, we'll see where we have here. I think the vaccine and the vax mandates, I don't know. Again, I don't really know what the right answer is. But now you need to travel into this country. I do like this. You need a vax card. Okay. But what about all the illegals? Are they bringing in vax cards too? And are we really checking? We can't defend our borders. Are we going to really be able to check if people are vaccinated and if those cards are real? This is what makes it more interesting, is that what can they really do and prove? Okay, if I show them a vax card, didn't Antonio Brown and the NFL have a vax card? Okay, they found out it was fake, but if I'm already here, what difference does it make? Okay, again, we let illegals flood into this country. Okay, so what are you going to do about the vaccinations? Again, I think this vax mandate, I think it should be choice. That's again, I've come to more of an opinion. I don't know the right answer, but I think that's my opinion. Although I'm everything, vax, boosted, the whole ball of wax. Okay, but I think this is becoming too much more of a political hotbed versus an actual pandemic. I know we had the pandemic, and I think we made a mistake by shutting down, and I think we're making a mistake now. But of course, this is an excellent way to have major destruction on the supply chain, on inventories, on the small business. So you can really screw everybody right now. This is a trifecta or a parlay that they're screwing everybody. Okay, and the supply chain issue. I don't usually go grocery shopping because usually my wife goes. However, I have gone. When I'm in Vegas and she's not here, I have to go shopping. And the shelves keep getting emptier and emptier. Prices keep going higher and higher. And suddenly, some of the core staple products are disappearing. And I do a lot of stuff with Amazon myself. And I now some of the things I use I can't get from them anymore. Okay, which is interesting since they're the biggest retailer in the world. And some of the other things I use have gone up twice in price, and they have to put me out through a third-party vendor, not directly through their warehouses. So what is that telling you? When the big guys are running out, okay, what do you think that bodes for the little guys? Okay, but of course, again, this is what this inflation and this market, this administration wants. Okay, you've got the IRS. Again, you want to talk about losing more and more freedom. The IRS is now going to have facial recognition software to get your tax return. Okay. Now, again, on its own, it's not a horrible idea, but combined with everything else we've given up, okay, it becomes more serious to me. Okay. I don't like all the freedoms I've had to give up. Okay. Now, again, I'm not worried so much for myself. I'm an old man. Where am I going? Okay. But I am concerned of what this country is turning into. I think it is turning into almost a third world nation. Okay. And don't be surprised if and when, I should really say when, because that's what I believe. There's another revolution. Don't be surprised if we end up dividing the country into two. Okay. You could see an attempt at succession. Okay. You could. All right. So, again, that I don't know. But I do believe as long as you keep stripping people of cash, money, and freedom, eventually they're going to rise up. Okay. And when they rise up, it's going to create the next big revolution. Now, again, is it going to happen around? I doubt it. But I think it will definitely happen. I think it will happen in my lifetime. I don't think we're that far away. I think we're one attempted shutdown or one big major scam to have it be shut down again, or to have it come into that point of a revolution. Okay. I mean, I think that this is, listen, the old thing, you quit, I quit, we all quit, right? I mean, we can't get people to work. So how are you going to ever get the supply chain flowing? What do you think is going to happen when people start getting crazier and hoarding more goods? Where are you going to get your food? Where are you going to get what you got? The farmers can't get it delivered, and the prices are going up so fast. Andreas ammonia is up about 400%. Okay, that's an input for farmers. Okay, it is my understanding, okay, that the input for next year, this year, 2022, an acre of corn will have to create about 200,000 bushels because the input cost is going to be near $5. I mean, corn is only trading at $6. Okay, so to me, all of a sudden you've got more issues. Okay, and listen, the civilization itself and people, they forget the obvious. Okay. And they ignore the obvious. And of course, what does that usually lead to? That usually leads to more problems and things. Because again, even to the fact of destroying history. Okay. Even to the fact that we continue to, tear down statues. Okay. That's our history. You cannot change it. China wants to change history. They want to ignore and black out everything in the past. Russia wants to. We are not yet a communist regime. Okay. And we better learn from the history, because we have much more capital in this country that is held by the private citizens that could create an uprising. Okay. So, I mean, again, you have a lot of things going on. And I think the story is we're very fortunate this year to have had a very mild winter so far. But again, you're pretty much past the danger zone of nat gas. And because can you imagine what your heating bills will be? You already know what your fuel tank is to fill it up. You already know what you're paying for at the store. Do you imagine if your heating bills? I mean, I saw my heating bill, almost had a heart attack, and we're not there that much. Okay, and my heating bill was 40% higher than a colder winter last year. Okay, so these are the issues that we continue to ignore. And look, I think that when you look at the yield curve, okay, and you see it starting to invert, which is a bearish sign. Okay, short-term money is more expensive than long-term money, which means that savers don't get anything and the borrowers got to pay. Okay, the banks are even coming under a little bit of pressure now, and they are going to benefit from these higher rates. I want to know where these companies are going to make money. I want to know where we're going to solve magically this supply chain issue, because with no pipelines, with no fracking, with no shale producing, and being dependent on Saudi Arabia, do you really think that they are going to give us anything that's going to help us? I think not. They may be an ally, but they're also an enemy. Okay. And they are not going to do anything to help us out, because they always make a fortune. All right. But they're making an absolute fortune now. And all the princes are getting richer. That's all. They're not helping the people there. You can bet on that. Okay. So, again, I got to look at it and say, well, and of course, President Biden continues to preach what a great job he's doing and how he's kept none of his promises, although he thinks he's kept them all. But maybe he's still living in Fantasy Island with Mr. Rourke and Tattoo. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horowitz. We're going to step out here for a break. And we will be back with our market report in Bubba's Bottom Line. We'll be right back. Well, everybody, again, kids, remember, again, our partners that help put this show together and allow me to do it every day. And, I think that, our brokerage partner, our other brokerage partner for equities and options, which is Trader Brokerage, $10 a month. I mean, I don't know. I guess, so we got so much money, people don't mind paying $100 or $200 or $300 a month, or $500 a month, or $1,000 a month when they get paid $10. I mean, I guess it's okay to pay, $500 for a $10 item. Listen, what can I tell you? I mean, but anyways, in my opinion, they're the best broker in the industry. Not only do they have great service, but at $10 a month, I save $100,000 a year on commission. Okay. We've got their APIs, which allows us to automate the equity portfolios at no charge. Trader doesn't charge for anything we do. Okay. But we can get you automation for the equity portfolios, and we can get you the hedging portfolios automated as well. But those are a licensing fee, because that's a class, not a membership. Listen, if it were I were you, I'd check them out. Try.trader.com/Bubba. That's try.trader.com/Bubba. And of course, for all my metals needs, I buy all my physical metal from Strategic Wealth Preservation. Listen, that's where I go shopping at. They take care of me. They deliver, or I can store. I do both. So check them out. swpcayman.com/Bubba-trading. That's swp.com/Bubba-trading. And I think I missed part of that. It says SWP Cayman, I think. Anyways, and of course, family farms for you farmers. Look, bottom line is this. I wish they had a family farms for my business, but that's familyfarmsgroup.com/Bubba-trading. And of course, our high school program, at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. Check them out. Listen, again, everybody I give you, I vet, I'm ready for, and I'm using it myself. So in the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, your host, Todd Bubba Horowitz. Welcome back. And this is Todd Bubba Horowitz. It is Sunday, January the 23rd. And of course, we've got the week of nastiness for the markets. What a beatdown they took. Now, is it a surprise? No. I mean, if you look at the overall picture, it's not as horrible as it sounds. Remember, I think one of the things we have to remember, okay, as investors, as traders, is if you listen to the imbecile pundits on TV, okay, you're never going to get a square answer, and they're always going to sensationalize the numbers. But the bottom line is, when the Dow's down 500, that's about 1.5%. Okay, so if your $100 stock was on a 1.5%, would you even have a reason to sweat? Of course not. So again, I just urge you. But again, the markets do look ugly. I mean, I'm certainly not defending markets. In fact, as you know, okay, if you listen every day, we're short everything. Okay, we are short the Dow, NASDAQ, Russell, and S&P. They all got hammered, and they all look really bad. The tech, we have what we would know as a tech wreck. The NASDAQ's down almost 10% already. Okay, and I think I think there's a lot of room to go on the downside. Now, again, don't be surprised to see some sort of a rally. Okay, listen, in these markets of wild swings, okay, you get some major big moves back the other way. Okay, you get some what they call rip your face off rallies. So don't be surprised. But really, what are those? They're selling opportunities. Okay, that's what you're looking for. You're now, until proven otherwise, you're looking for a reason to sell. In the meantime, crude oil, I mean, again, $86, $87 a barrel, it just keeps going up. It's never going down for now. I mean, eventually we will see it go down again, but not right now. As I said, I think there's a real shot to get to the new highs. And again, look, I only trade at one level at a time. We are long, though, and we've been long for quite a while. But I do think that it's going higher. Okay, I don't think anything's going to stop it yet at this point. Okay, the metals, gold, silver, and platinum. Look, silver and platinum look outstanding. Finally, okay, they've finally broken about some level. Gold is now struggling at about 1840, but we are long gold, we are long silver, and if we did trade platinum, we'd be long platinum as well. But platinum looks right now the best. Okay, and it's really broke out nicely. The dollar was higher. It's really in consolidation, but it was higher last week. We're short dollars. Bitcoin, vault, got crushed. Okay, I mean, Bitcoin's down about 50. It's halved itself since the new highs. Now, this is not the first time, and I think you make a mistake by getting so excited or nervous about that. Okay, A, the run up was way too fast. B, with all the geopolitical crap going on, there's a lot of reasons. People are trying to raise money for cash, either for whole stock, whatever. And then you take a market that's, thin anyways. It's under a $3 trillion market. It's smaller than the company of Apple. Okay. We're fans. We are shorted from a trading standpoint, but I do own. Okay. I don't own a lot. Again, I own enough that if it went out of business, I wouldn't, if they went broke, but they're all getting hammered because right now the crypto world is under pressure, and that's not unexpected. Listen, you don't think the equities are going to go down 50% again someday? Think about that. Okay. And copper, look, copper is higher. We're long. But I don't know how much further it's going to go now. I don't know where we're going to end up here. I mean, I think it's going higher. Obviously, we're long, but the lumber looks like it finally peaked. Now, listen, this may just be a pause. We don't trade lumber. Lumber is just when we talk about the economy and the relationship to homes and to what we see. But lumber had got creamed. Now it made a huge rally, and it looks like it's kind of going sideways. And you have to wonder what high rates will do, or higher rates. And I think rates have to go higher. I mean, I don't think there's any other potential solution, okay, for these markets, okay, because again, this inflation's got to be fought. And if you don't, you got problems. The bonds and notes, the interest rate products, they popped a little bit last week, rally, which means that rates went down a little bit, but really rates continue to rise. And with the inversion of the yield curves, it becomes a much bigger problem. We're still short the 10-year and the 30-year. Natural gas, had its little spike last week, but is back. We're still short and is back down among where it is under $4. And look, I don't know. I think you could go a lot lower, not a lot lower. You go lower. I mean, it was at $1.50 at one point, but again, I think those days are over. But again, what you're really concerned about if you're trading or short natural gas is in the fall coming into the winter. Exiting the winter, there's plenty of supply, so it doesn't become as big of an issue. Okay, and in the grain markets, you've got corn was higher. Actually, corn and soybeans are almost identical. With the way that we're positioned, though, we're short corn, we're long beans. They were both in consolidation, and they closed to the higher end. As did wheat, but wheat has been just awful, and we are still short wheat. Okay, and the meats, the complex, cattle, fats, and feeders we'll be short feeders tomorrow. Okay, because I don't trade tonight, so we will be reversing feeders tomorrow. But I mean, look, my concern, if you've seen me on RFD TV, is that the cattle markets are going to be one of the first luxury items, which I'm not saying that eating is a luxury item, but when it comes to the price you pay for food, I mean, again, they're starting to price things out because of this ridiculous inflation and the cost of everything. Every cost that gets added in that we get to pay for. So that to me was always a concern. The chart didn't look so bad, but that's what the algorithm triggered is a sell. And we are still long hogs, which makes it natural. Why? Because hogs are the other protein, okay, or the cheap protein at this point, and then chicken. Okay. And then, of course, in the sauce department, cotton's going to Pluto. Now, don't worry about the cost of your blue jeans because the cost of cotton has got nothing to do with it. All right. It's the advertising and everything else. But they'll tell you that they got a raise to make up for the price of cotton. Okay. But we're still long. Coffee, we made a fortune on the way up. We got short and got reversed and got long again. And it's right at the upper end of resistance, but we're now long. But we had a bad trade in between. Okay. Sugar, we're reversing into long, and that's a nice profit locked in. And now we're on the long side. Cocoa continues to go higher. We're still long. And OJ is going to Pluto. Okay. Because obviously it's not Florida that you want to focus on. It is Brazil. And Brazil must have some very bad weather, which we know. And there's been some pretty hard frost, believe it or not, too. So that is creating a problem in oranges, which is why oranges are $1.50 or so now, which is, high prices you haven't seen forever. Okay. So in the meantime, again, I think the markets look like they're in a lot of trouble. Okay. I don't want you to ever panic. I don't think anybody should ever panic. But tech looks like it's in real big trouble. And then you take about the shortages in some of the semiconductors and the chips and all the other stuff you've got. It creates a problem. Okay. So look, at the end of the day, if you're an investor, close your eyes and don't do anything. Okay. The only time if you're an investor and not hedged, the only time you want to do something is if something fundamentally changes in the stock that you own. Okay. Like a General Electric that went out of business, or like in my mind, it's American Airlines. I think the airlines are through. I think American will be the first to go, but we'll see what happens. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, January the 23rd. And we're going to step out here for a break, and we'll be right back with my commentary and, of course, more importantly, my football picks for today. We'll be right back. Bubba's Bottom Line. Well, kids, obviously you know about our sponsors, and, it's Capital Trading Group, info.capitaltrading.com, and they're right below on the screen. You can read them. But Strategic Wealth Preservation, Tradier, Family Farms, and, of course, our high school program. But yesterday, we did a great webinar on our day trading with CTG. It's a joint venture. Okay. And it's a algorithmic, auto traded or letter direction traded platform that has done well. Okay. And, it's new to the public, but so we've made money. And, I mean, we're not getting rich. Listen, you're not going to be able to quit your day job yet. Okay. But it is a good model. And it's called Day Trader's Dream. If you want the recording, just email me at bubba@bubbatrading.com. I will send it to you. And in the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line, my football picks, or my commentary, and then my football picks. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, January the 23rd. Well, again, as I opened up with, it is President Biden's 1-year anniversary. Thank God. I don't know. Look, here's the bottom line. Okay. I was on a show on Wednesday, the day of, okay, and we got into this big discussion, and of course they had got likers and not likers. First of all, I don't know what there is to ever like about Joe Biden. Forget about that he's an imbecile. Okay, forget about that he has no idea where he's at. But I don't know what's to like about it anyways. I mean, he's a racist, which, look, I'm not accusing him of being a racist. I'm not calling him a racist because I don't agree with him. But just look at his voting record. That should be enough, which made it very surprising that Kamala Harris chose to accept the vice presidentship because of who she's with. But he's been a laggard for 47 years from everything he's ever done. He's never done anything worthwhile for anybody. And now I'm not saying he's doing all this because I don't know that he's got the brains to do all this, nor do I know that he's got full control. I think that more of this is being run from behind the scenes. Okay. And you've got, the high price of oil. Well, so the guy that I was on with today said, well, that's not his fault. I said, well, whose fault is it? Who signed the Green New Deal? Okay. Who put that into play? That's why, when we gave up exporting oil, that's why we got higher prices of oil. Okay. In my opinion, he has not done one thing to help the economy and has done a tremendous amount of damage. First, in separating us and creating more anger. Okay. Number one. Number two, he has destroyed small business. And again, I can't be just him, right? It's the administration. Destroyed small business. Okay. Your unemployment levels in the immigrants and in the minorities is going high again versus what was at record lows during the last president. And again, I'm not saying that he was the answer to all being. I'm saying that this president is not doing a good job and not bringing the country together, which was his entire speech about bringing everybody together. And what he has done, and successfully so, like his predecessor that he was the vice president for, he has pushed people way farther. And that's the way that I see it. Okay. In the meantime, it's football time and it's the playoffs. It's the dark days of the year because soon football is going to be over. But today we got Tampa Bay and the Rams. Okay. Everybody loves the Rams. Well, we like Tampa Bay. Okay. I'm not betting against Tom Brady. Okay. I just, he may win. They may lose, but they're going to lose without me. I'll be a loser with them. Okay. And of course, everybody loves the Buffalo Bills, and we're taking Patrick Mahomes at home at basically a picket. Okay. Laying a point. To me, it's like stealing, but of course I might be broke tomorrow. But in the meantime, for today and before the games start, that's what I like. Have a great week, everybody. Be careful out there. Look, it looks ugly. Don't get caught up. And remember, defend yourself if you're day trading. Don't let it get away from you and look for the big rallies to sell. And until tomorrow, at Bubba's Bottom Line, have a great week, everybody. We'll see you on Monday. Take care.